What is going on, everybody? It's John. It's me. I'm back. Did you miss me again for like the 1800th time? I am back. I am doing this whether I have a bad day at work or something happens. Listen, I'm like, my job has been crazy. I have not been able to do anything, but I said, you know what? It's time to go hard or go home. And that's what I'm doing. So as you can see, I'm back. This is a weekly intel, so I kind of like reintroducing myself, rebranding everything, and all the stuff that I had planned that you saw before is still in effect. But as you can see, it says the weekly intel episode 1. Now, of course, I've had other episodes of the weekly intel in the past, but this is episode 1 because this is a brand new era. I'm going to number the episodes so that way we can keep track of them and everything. And of course, you got trailer tactical and all that other good stuff that I'm going to be doing. Yojo zone. So again, it's June. So I was like, I was going to be doing some GI Joe stuff for June, and here we are, June 16th, and of course I have not done anything yet, but I'm going to do my first episode of Yojo zone coming up soon. And what it's going to happen is it's going to be a little bit of a review. I'm going to cover the silent mission issues that Image and Skybound have put out in the last month or so. So yeah, so if you've been following everything, if you've been following everything that is GI Joe related, you know that they put together the special as we all know, the original silent mission episode issue was the one where Snake Eyes, saved Scarlet from Cobra's fortress, and we found out that him and Storm Shadow were related. Well, then they Image had this great idea, and again, awesome idea, to do other silent missions. So they did Duke, Roadblock, Jinx, Beachhead, which I thought was awesome, and Spirit. So they did with some of the characters that you don't normally get, which I found was cool. Now they did Duke. Of course, Duke has been done to death and everything. I get it. They didn't do Snake Eyes. I totally understand why, because of course Snake Eyes is the star of the original iconic special missions one. So yeah, so they did the special missions issues, and again, there's no dialogue, there's no writing at all. It's just visuals. It's just them on a certain mission. Of course, the plots are elaborate because there's no dialogue, so it's like you can't get really in depth. So basically, what it is each GI Joe character doing their thing on a mission. Like Beachheads is awesome. Beachheads is like Rambo, like. It reminded me of Rambo, the First Blood Part 2 and certain parts of that and everything, which I thought was awesome. Probably my favorite out of all the special missions. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to save that for my first episode of Yojo Zone for Yojo June, which is I'll get it in there. So again, and then I'm going to do other things GI Joe related. I'm going to talk about the characters and stuff. I'm going to talk about my favorite characters. Of course, got Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow behind me and everything, all that awesomeness. Of course, they're my two favorite ones. And I know people to say that Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow have been done to death, but you can't do them to death because they're probably the most iconic GI Joe characters there are. So what do you going to say? Like they're my favorite, and it's not like I jumped on the bandwagon and was like, oh, Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. Ooh, that's like I'm into martial arts. I'm into action martial arts. So it's like that. And Snake Eyes, come on, even though he doesn't say, well, he has talked. He has been talking here and there and stuff like that. But he's the most badass character. All right, so if you guys are watching, it's the middle of Monday. It's the afternoon. My daughter's here, but she's talking to her friend right now. So I figured I'd jump on and start talking to you guys and announce that I'm back and everything. Super excited. Had a busy week last week. If you guys didn't notice, you guys follow my ACTION-FLIX.com website, which of course this is the ACTION-FLIX.com website. This is the ACTION-FLIX podcast related to ACTION-FLIX.com. Everybody forgets I do have the website. Visit the website. I pay for that. So it's like, visit it. It's like, I need you guys to visit it to help me, with the monetary aspect of it. So yeah, so ACTION-FLIX.com is my website. And again, we have 10-year anniversary coming up. I'm so excited. This August, in a couple months, I think it was like around August 15th. I think I is when I put the website online live for the first time. I'm not exactly sure about the date, but I'm going to say August 15th just for the hell of it, because I knew it was around there. It was right before my daughter was born, and my wife was my ex, I'm sorry, my ex-wife, my wife at the time was pregnant with our daughter Bailey. And, so she was kind of bedridden a little bit. So, I was just kind of putzing around the computer, and that's how I created the website and everything. So here we are 10 years later. I'm a single dad, but so happy belated Father's Day to everybody. So I just wanted to say that too as well. My daughters took me out to Longhorns. I had my awesome bacon cheeseburger, juicy bacon cheeseburger. And I just want to show you guys, again, I'm a proud papa. So again, my daughter Bailey, she's 10. She got me these awesome sunglasses that fit over my regular glasses so I could put them on. Because funny story, I've been looking for a pair of glasses because I don't like the clip-ons. So I just like to put them over my glasses. So I've been looking for a pair of eyeglasses that fit over my regular eyewear. And I went to every Walmart there is in Panama City Beach and Panama City. And I tried every pair of glasses. None of them fit. And my daughter's like, here you go. So she found them. I go, where'd you find it? She's like, Walmart. I'm like, no, you didn't. I'm like, I went to every single Walmart. She's like, I found them at Walmart. So yeah, she got me that. Then my daughter Samantha, who just graduated from high school and is driving now and is going to be 18 this September. And I'm still trying to wrap my head around how she's a young woman now and she doesn't need me as much as she used to, but that's okay. But my daughter Samantha, bam, check that out. I was just saying how I needed some Star Wars stuff, to spice up the place. And I do actually have some Star Wars stuff hanging up in my living room and stuff like that. Although I'm here in my office, as you can see, this is my office area. So she bought me Darth Vader, the Black series, which is this is like an awesome figure. I'm like, and she's like, I know you don't like to take them out of the box all the time. I'm like, I do take them out of the box, as you can see, but sometimes I like to give them back. She's like, the box is cool and it's got a little story in the back. She's so cute. She's like, it's got a little story in the back and everything. And she's like, you can keep them in the box. Then she got this guy. This guy's awesome. My Darth Vader squishy. So again, I'm going to sleep with him at night. So again, that's my daughters. They took me to dinner and got me those things because they're awesome and they're the best daughters in the world. So there you go. Happy belated Father's Day to all the awesome fathers out there. I worked. So to all you fathers that had to work on Father's Day. So basically, here's what I did for Father's Day. I blew my whistle and yelled at other dads' kids, because I work at a tourist attraction here in Panama City Beach. I'm not going to say it because I hate it. But yeah, so basically what I did was I watched other dads' kids run around and told them not to do stuff. How ironic is that? Yep, that's my life. So that's what I did for my first part. So all the other people had off and the dad had to work it. So what are you going to do? It's like, I got to pay the bill. So I opened up, I worked 8 hours, and then I finally was able to spend some Father's Day with my daughters, and we hung out, and the rest of the Sunday was great. I'm off today. I don't have to deal with that. So woo, super excited. All right, so let's get this party started. And again, if you're watching, I see a couple of you guys are watching me as I do this. Again, I didn't advertise. I know you got to advertise. And here's the thing. I'm going to technically hopefully be off Mondays and Tuesdays. I'm not sure, but that's the way it's kind of working out right now. So I'm going to definitely do recordings on Mondays and Tuesdays. So keep that in mind. The weekly intel, I'm going to try to do every Monday. Again, of course, if something comes up, then obviously I'm sorry, but that's my goal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the previous news of the week. All right, that I put on my website. And so that every Monday is the previous week. So this weekly intel episode 1 is going to be from last week. Okay. And actually we had some exciting news drop. So of course, again, this is considered trailer tactical. So we had the final Superman trailer. I love this image of him punching the teeth out. I mean, how awesome is that? And of course, we got this yesterday. Oh, and you guys have opinions. Let me tell you. I put it up on my website today, and it took 1 hour for somebody to post a negative comment. And I was like, I just deleted it. I'm like, you know what? He was like, oh, this part of him is Adam. And then when he's the He-Man, he's going to be CGI. I'm like, you know what? Shut up. I'm like, I know you like your old school action. Okay. But can you just suck it up and just, not be negative and toxic about everything? So it's like, it's exhausting. Then we also had another trailer for Bang, and I put that out, and then I got a bunch of laughing emojis. This was Jack Kesey and Peter Weller, RoboCop. So I put it out, and it looks solid. Listen, it's a low-budget indie action flick, and it's another assassin flick, but it's kind of interesting because Jack Kesey plays an assassin. He gets shot, and then he kind of like has a second chance. He gets somebody else's heart. So again, he kind of, and then it proceeds to show him doing a bunch of cool tactical shit. And I'm like, this looks pretty good. And then I got a bunch of laughing emojis, and one guy was like, "Oh, original name." I'm like, I like the name. Bang, boom, it's to the point. And it's actually, I think it's his name in the movie. So again, I get excited for things. I'm sorry. And again, the guys over at the Actually say I get movies passes all the time because, God forbid I should like a lot of stuff. But that's how I am. You know what? I get movie passes. There are movies I haven't given passes to, so there you go. Then we just had the Naked Gun trailer come out for Liam Neeson, and also Pamela Anderson stars in it. And I remember when that was first announced, everybody was flipping their shit, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, why?" And then they saw the trailer, and they're like, "Oh, wait a second, Liam Neeson." I think we know. And what's cool is like it's not a reboot. It's like a sequel because he's playing the son of Leslie Nielsen's Frank Drebin, which is kind of cool. So they're kind of honoring the late great Leslie Nielsen, who we all know was great in these types of movies. And Leslie is not Leslie. Liam is playing Leslie. They're both L's. Liam and Leslie are playing. He's playing his son, which is kind of cool. And the trailer is freaking hysterical. And I love the poster. It's like, look out, Crive. He's fully armed. He's got arms all over the place. Arms coming in from all different directions. We know they're not all Pamela Andersons, which is kind of cool. So that's funny. So that just came out today. And again, that's trailer tactical. So again, I'll probably do a trailer tactical episode later on where I'm going to talk about Bang and the Naked Gun. The Superman trailer, of course, came out and was met with laughing emojis. And even one guy that I talked to on the other podcast was, because I told him I got goosebumps. He's like, "Why'd you get goosebumps?" I'm like, because it kind of like, touched me, my inner, like, here's the thing, okay, with the new Superman. And we all know Snyder fans, and there's this thing now with one guy posting like to sabotage the new Superman movie. Have you seen this where he's like, tank the movie by posting phony reviews? Because that's always awesome. And like this is the best one yet. He's like, go in and reserve seats, but don't pay for it because that locks it up, and then people can't buy the seats for a few minutes. I'm like, boy, you're really a wow. Did you think of that all on your own? And so so that's going on right now. So again, and I'm like, okay, here's the thing. You guys I'm 52. So I remember back in 1978 or whatever, 79, when the first Superman movie came out with Christopher Reeve, like the world or America was still reeling from the Vietnam War. I was too young to know about the Vietnam War back then. We're healing. We're trying to get over things. And of course, Star Wars came out in 77. That was a big help. And then we believed the man could fly. Christopher Reeve, boom, came out with Superman. Positive energy. Positive Superman, the Superman that we kind of knew from the but we knew from the comic books and everything. So we all know the world sucks right now. Okay, it sucks. Listen, America is a laughing stock. You got other countries are basically looking at us like, you guys do not have your crap together, and we don't. There's a lot of crap going on right now, and I don't get political or anything. I got my views because I've kind of mentioned stuff in the past. Wow, what a mistake. Anyways, so I think like this new Superman, because we all had the Snyder Superman, I call him the moody Superman. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Henry Cavill as Superman in the Snyderverse movies. I dug it, okay, but the tone was dismal. It was down. It was depressing. There was a lot. It wasn't a very happy DCEU. Let's just, you can love it, you can hate it, but you have to admit that it wasn't a fun stretch of movies, not by any imagination. So now we got this new Superman, David Corenswet, Rachel Brosnahan, who is gorgeous, and you just look at her as Lois Lane, and you watch these trailers, okay? And I'm getting the Christopher Reeve vibes, and some people are saying like, oh, they should do their own thing. I'm like, they are doing their own thing, but they're also playing homage to Christopher and what he did with his movies. And with the world sucking right now, I think it's going to be like back then. This is the positive energy Superman that we need. Now, you can agree with me, you can disagree with me. I don't really care because, again, my opinion is the only one I listen to when I talk about things. Again, I'll respect your opinion, but I'll come up with, arguments as to why my opinions or my reviews are the way they are. So, and that's how I feel. So when I see the new Superman trend, they came out with the latest one, which was complete with Superman punching teeth out. You never saw that in the Christopher Reeve movie, which is kind of cool. And then they're saying like there's all kinds of this stuff like, oh, the movie doesn't know what tone it wants to be, and then like, oh, how's all this gonna be in one movie? And then the running time came out. It's only a little bit over 2 hours. So everybody's like, wow. Listen, James Gunn is a great filmmaker. You can love James Gunn, you can hate him, just like Zack Snyder. There's no denying that the man can, he can make movies. So like, I just put my trust in him. I love what I'm saying. He looks excited as hell to be doing this and to be running the DC studios and DCU and everything. So that's what I'm going to say about that. All right, but let's get started. As you guys can know, I'm going to share this with you guys. I revamped my website again. Yes, I did. You guys are probably wondering, John, how many times are you going to revamp your website? I'm like, well, when I find one that I love so much that I want to stick with. This one's kind of cool. This is actually a video game template that I used. Now, as you can see, it's got the neon bright colors. I'm digging it. All right. I showed this to my daughter and she wasn't too sure about it, but I'm like, I'm kind of digging it. I'm kind of liking it. And what I was having problems with the last template I used, it was crashing all the time and it was freezing. And sometimes you could use the search, sometimes you couldn't. And sometimes you could, like if I did a gallery, it would work. Sometimes it wouldn't. So it was just a big mess. So this one seems to be working wonderfully. And it's, as you can see, I got the top here where I got the iconic ACTION-FLIX.com logo. I love it. And then over here, I could put like a little advertisement. And right now, as you can see, I got another exclusive interview with Scott Adkins. I'm going to be talking about him here in a few minutes. My 10th interview with Mr. Adkins. I have talked to this Action Star 10 times through. The first few times it was print, because I didn't have access, to the podcast. I wasn't doing the podcast or anything like that. So I did all my interviews by transcribing them. And I was like, this isn't happening anymore. I cannot do it. I just can't. I mean, it was just too difficult, took too long. So then I was like, I'm going to create a podcast like all these other people are going to do. I'm going to give you my thoughts on podcasts here in a couple minutes too, because I have a lot of thoughts on that too. But I'm just a little fish in a huge ocean of podcasts. But I'm just doing my thing because it's therapeutic and it's entertaining. Anyway, let's go back to it. So this is my 10th interview with him. And as you can see, my podcast is starting to get up there. I got intros, I got videos, I got music. I mean, it might not look like that Fat Samurai guy's videos. Fat Samurai, you're sick with your skills, let me tell you. I mean, I watch your intros, or when I go out, he has me on his show every once in a while, and then he starts his intro, and I'm just like, I'm not worthy. It's just like an editing barrage of awesomeness, and I'm like, I can't, yeah. So I'm just like, hey, we got J-Man in the house. Good day. Hey, I'm like, good day to you. Yes, I'm recording. I'm live. I'm doing it. J-Man, let me tell you, sorry about J-Man. He's the one that what part of the Action Elite guys that I talked to. We are actually on hiatus. Owen is visiting his parents across the seas, so we're not going to be recording for a few weeks. But he's the one that told me that he was following a certain person, and he says, "Yes, live." Yes, right. I'm live. So if I make a mistake, whatever. I mean, I've already been so yeah. He says, at my day job, but I saw the pop-up. Yes, well, I'm sorry that you're working. Someday you'll have to come on my podcast, J-Man. I mean, I've been on yours. We do the actually. You got to come on mine. But the only problem with you, J-Man, is you record like every day, and you don't have any time to do anything else. That's why I never ask. But anyway, J-Man is awesome, and he's the one that told me to, even if it's 6 minutes or 5 minutes, do something with it. And I was just like, okay, because I kept complaining, like, man, I come home from work, I'm tired, I don't want to do anything. I sit down on my recliner, and then before I know it, I'm half asleep, or I'm totally asleep. So he gave me some great advice. J-Man, thank you again. Just do it, even if it's like a 5-minute video, or if it's like just an article real quick, and I did a bunch of articles today. I did the Naked Gun one. I have an exclusive clip from the new movie Killing Mary Sue, which looks kind of cool. I was not privy to this movie until the PR guy got a hold of me And so that's kind of interesting. So he told me, like, even if it's like 5 minutes or 4 minutes, even like 3-minute video, he's like, just do it. And I was just like, that's good advice. I'm like, yes. Okay. So even if I come home, if I'm tired, because here's the thing, I'll be tired. But once, like, I was tired right now. Like I worked all weekend. I worked on Father's Day. I worked like 30 hours this weekend. But once I start doing it, I get excited, and then the energy kicks in. So now I'm all good. Okay, like my daughter's talking to her friend in New Hampshire. She's all good. So I'm like, I'm doing this right now for me, and I'm talking action with all you guys. So again, J-Man, sorry you're at your job. I hope you have a good day, and stay healthy, my friend. Okay, so I'll see you. That's why I couldn't do yours. I wanted to do your Batman Begins. The J-Man did Batman Begins for the anniversary yesterday, but of course I was working, and then it was Father's Day, so my daughters took me out. So I apologize that I was not able to make that one. But I have done his Sundays. He does High Adventure on Sundays, and I did some of the He-Man ones that we were doing and stuff like that. So cut some cool stuff. J-Man, did you see the new picture of He-Man? If you see this, give me your thoughts on the full backside of Nicholas Galtzine as He-Man. So that should be pretty cool. Here he goes. He says, "Yeah, anything is better than nothing. I'll listen in the background, so I won't be in the chat. No problem. Okay, again, thanks for supporting and everything." He says, "I saw the pic. Looks so far, I guess." Looks okay so far. I guess I need to see it fully. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I said J-Man in my article. I was like, it's a cautious optimism, because it's like we all know Dolph Lundgren crushed it back in the 80s when Cannon did it. And we all know Cannon's film was a mess in so many ways, but it was a mess in so many ways, and it was fantastic. So we have that to compare it to. If it has Battle Cat in it, that'll probably I'll give it 4 stars just so that they put Battle Cat in there. So that's what I've said. But anyway, we need to see footage. Once we see footage, then we could kind of be like, okay, now we know what we're getting. The plot wise, he doesn't know he's He-Man at first. He's on Earth type of thing. So let me scroll down here. Let me get to the actual article. I'm going to click on it for you guys. So there it is. There he is in all of his glory. Hang on. There we go. There he is. What do you think? I mean, it's dark. I mean, he looks built. Does he look Dolph Lundgren built? I don't think anybody was Dolph Lundgren built back in that day. But yeah, so there he is. That's Nicholas Galtzine. I guess that's how you pronounce his last name. I have nowhere near familiar with this actor. I've not seen anything that he has done. This will be my first movie I think I see him do, of course. So more power to him. I mean, he got the role, so they liked something they saw in it. So there it is. That's him. And of course, the first image we got where he was holding the sword, and it was just his chest and the sword. So we even had less. But so this is a little bit more of him. And like I said, the guy commented on my ACTION-FLIX.com Facebook page. He was like, "Oh, that's probably him as Adam." I'm like, "No, that's him as He-Man." As you can see, he's in the outfit. You're just making a joke because you feel inferior. I don't know. Anyways, but like I said, it could suck. It could suck. It could suck. It could suck. But I'm cautiously optimistic, because Travis Knight. I mean, he did Bumblebee, which was an okay movie. It was like probably one of the better Transformers movies in the sense that it wasn't as bombastic, and it was kind of like more low key, which I kind of liked. So, but now he's got this movie, and this movie feels like it should not be low key. It should be a definite, like, holy cow kind of thing, So anyway, so let me get into the article here. And I'm going to read you some of my thoughts that I put on it. So I said, well, here's what he said. He posted this pic on Instagram, and he said, "Well, that's a wrap on Masters of the Universe. It has been an honor shouldering the responsibility of playing Adam and He-Man. It's been the role of a lifetime, and I put everything into it. There's not much I can show you, but I'm so proud of the movie we've made. Thanks to our amazing cast and crew for all your hard work." So again, politically correct. What are you gonna say? So I said another teaser dropped some months back, which only showed an extreme close-up of Galtzine holding the iconic sword. So this is clear a step up with fans getting a better look at the actor in full uniform. There were also some of the shots of Galtzine co-star Camila Mendez. We saw her a little bit as Tila on the set, and she looked pretty good. I was talking on J-Man's show one Sunday night. We were talking like, yeah, it looks okay. I mean, it doesn't look bad, and so anyways. But we were all fans of the tongue-in-cheek canon films version starring Dolph Lundgren that hit back in 1988. So it'll be interesting to say at least how this one fares with the hardcore human fans as well as the mainstream going public. And the mainstream going public, they're the ones that, I mean, because unfortunately the fan base is a niche fan base anytime you have something like this. So it's probably like 2%, if that, of the people that are going to be going to see this movie. So the mainstream public are pretty much the ones that offer up if the movie is going to be a success or not. So, hey, here's Charlie. Charlie, how are you doing? Thank you. You guys are all showing up for me. Thank you. I feel so honored. He says, I'm hopeful for it. Me too. Again, here's the thing. I don't know if it's like I said, because the world sucks and every time you turn around, something's negative going on. But I just try to stay positive. And I guess that's why I find the good in movies. I don't know what else to say. Like, I really don't. I had a problem there. I'm back, though. There he is in all of his glory. So like I said, it's a cautious optimism. I don't know what else to say. I mean, he looks good-ish. I mean, what else are you gonna? I mean, there's nothing else you can really say right now because, of course, there ain't nothing much else to say. So then, like I said, we had the Superman trailer come out last week. We had the Naked Gun trailer come out today. We had Bang come out. So I'm probably gonna do a trailer tactical later today and check out some trailers because I haven't done that in a while. Oh, here's something I could do. I'm going to share with you guys the exclusive clip I got for the movie called Killing Mary Sue, which looks kind of interesting. You guys remember the big hit back in 1998, I think it was, with Mark Wahlberg, Antonio Sabato Jr., Lou Diamond Phillips. So I got that kind of a vibe to it. So basically, I'm going to share with you the exclusive clip that I just shared today. And I can show this now because it's my clip. They gave it to me. So again, I know there's going to be no copyright infringement. So there we go. There it is. All right. So let's watch it. I haven't even seen this clip yet. I wrote the article, I did the clip, and I posted it. There you go. I did see the trailer though. That's why I talked about it in the post. So let's watch this and see how it looks.
The Steiners. Oh my God, the Steiners.
Have them take us all hostage.
Plausible deniability.
I like it.
They're there for you.
And then, after she's dealt with, the brave senator finally negotiates.
Jake Busey. You gotta love Jake Busey.
Resolution.
Dermot Mulroney's in it.
Cousins, a combined 18 tours of duty. All they've ever known is kill or be killed. So why not keep killing? Because their leader, Chet Steiner, is a monster.
So you got CGI stuff going on. I mean, that's par for the course nowadays in these types of films. Ooh. It's just a flesh wound. Ah. Okay. He just ate the bullet that shot him. That's cool.
These are our demands. You resign from office, or we kill everyone. We don't fucking play games. I'll be back in 10 minutes for an answer.
This is terrorism.
Oh, what are we gonna do?
Giving my life for service, and this is the reward I get.
Bradley, I think you need to come up with one of your brilliant speeches and negotiate us out of this.
Yeah, okay. All I ever wanted, the poor and the sick, the rich and powerful, to find harmony, to find freedom, to find a path that they can blaze to the future. If only they knew my heart. Yes, I don't even know.
You're a man of such influence. You give so much of yourself, and the fact that people take that for granted.
Wow, this is a long clip.
It's sickening. I owe everything to you. From partying in Rio de Janeiro to my art commissions in Pyongyang to smoking crack with the mayor of Toronto. Excuse me? I'm not smoking crack with the mayor of Toronto.
Yeah, Mary Sue, about that whole rehab thing, seriously, it wasn't me. I didn't have, there was nothing about it.
It's about everything. You are not dropping out of this race, Bradley. You can't lose your voice. You have far too many beautiful things to say. Beautiful words, phrases, 3-word phrases that you shower on those closest to you.
God bless America.
Okay. Wow, that was a pretty long clip. Like, geez, holy cow, that was like 3 minutes long. All right, so basically, Killing Mary Sue, which is now actually available on video on demand and digital. It's starring Sarah McCormick from The Last Stop in Yuma County, Dermot Mulroney, as you saw, Anybody But You, Sean Patrick Flannery from The Boondock Saints, Jake Busey, Stranger Things, French Stewart, and Kim Whitley and Jesse Cove, along with Martin Cove. So we got Martin Cove and his son, Jesse. We all know Martin Cove is Sensei Kreese from the Karate Kid movies. And this is an action-packed black comedy that follows a corrupt senator who arranges for the murder of his biggest liability, his erratic, burnt-out stepdaughter, only for her to unwillingly discover her natural talent as an untouchable killer. So there you go. So I was not privy to this movie, like I said. The guy reached out to me with a clip. And I was like, sure. I was like, oh, if somebody offers me exclusives, I'm like, of course. I mean, because, we don't, we're not the huge websites here, but it looks fun. Like I said, it's got a great cast and, it looks like one of those black action comedies. Like I said, The Big Hit. If you remember The Big Hit, which I remember when I saw The Big Hit, and yes, I saw it in the theaters. It came from John Woo, who didn't direct it, but he was like an executive producer on it. So it was kind of like had that type of John Woo type of action in it. So I thought it was going to be like this more traditional action movie, and then it turned out to be like this action comedy. So I was kind of pissed at first, but then it grew on me. And of course, now I love The Big Hit. So I get that kind of vibe from it, which is cool. So yeah, so that is now up on ACTION-FLIX.com and my YouTube channel. So that's an exclusive clip from Killing Mary Sue from Samuel Goldwyn Films that just put it out on digital and video on demand last Friday. Yes. So there you go. So so a couple cool things to talk about here. Like I said, last week was a fun week. I did probably the most interviews I've done in a week that I can remember. So Diablo, we all know, came out starring Scott Adkins and Marko Zaror. It's their third time where they tussle. They're actually in 5 movies. They're in Undisputed 3 Redemption, Savage Dog, Diablo, this film. Of course, they're also in John Wick Chapter 4 and The Killer's Game, but they were not in scenes together in those 2 movies. So while they're in the same movie, it doesn't count. I don't count them because they didn't fight each other or anything. And they didn't even talk to each other in those movies. But they did Diablo, which comes from Ernesto Diaz Espinosa, who is a childhood friend of Marko's from growing up back in the day. And then they did, like the movies, and they made short films and stuff like that. And of course, they collaborated on a whole bunch of epic movies. Kiltro was kind of Marko's introduction to the martial arts action world. Then of course they did Mirage Man, Redeemer, which is one of my favorite Marko Zaror pictures. If you have not seen Redeemer with Marko Zaror, it's brutal, it's gritty, stripped down, savage and just him being a total badass beast in that movie. And now, of course, they did Diablo, and of course, Scott Adkins jumped on board for it. Here's some key art for it. And that came out Friday. I did the review, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. If you don't like action movies, then you're not going to like it. If you love action movies, you should love this movie. And I did interviews with the director. There he is right there, director Ernesto Diaz-Espinosa. That's now on my YouTube channel as well as ACTION-FLIX.com. I talked to this delightful young lady, Alana De La Rosa, who plays the crime kingpin's daughter that Scott kidnaps in the movie. And of course, there's twists and turns. I haven't spoiled anything really because I'm waiting until people watch it. I am going to do a movie breakdown episode of my Action-FLIX podcast where I talk about the movie, and it's going to be spoiler filled because I've given you enough time to watch it, I believe. So there you go. So basically, I talked to her. She is delightful. Sorry, people are texting me when I do this. And again, it's like I'm not working, but it's like, leave me alone. Anyway, so she was delightful to talk to. She talked about working with Scott, working with Marko, being in the action movie. And of course, she also started Dominique from last year, which starred Oksana Orlin, I believe is her name. Oh boy, this was a good action movie, but boy, was it a hard watch. The ending is downright depressing. Like when I say depressing, I mean like, it's just like you're just like you can't believe that they're like they really went there, type of thing. So she did that movie, and then of course now she's done this one, and boy, she was a delight to talk to. So much energy, so fun to talk to, so happy to be talking about the movie and everything. And of course, I talked to this man for the 5th time, Marko Zaror. Hang on a second. Let me get the ACTION-FLIX logo out of the way. There you go. There he is. He plays El Corvo, one of his best roles to date. He is a cross between the Terminator and a James Bond villain with an homage to Mr. Han from Enter the Dragon, basically. Not much more you can say about that. And then, of course, I already mentioned it. I already talked about it. This man came on my show for the 10th time. Well, not the show, but I interviewed him for the 10th time. I believe I have 3 episodes on the podcast with him talking movies. Yes. So he came on and we had a delightful chat. Of course, it was like 8-9 minutes long, like it always is. But he followed me on X or Twitter or wherever the hell you want to call it. So big thanks to that. And I also noticed that he embedded my interview with him on his official YouTube channel. So if you go to Scott Adkins' official YouTube channel, go down to the interviews, there's mine. I was just like, so of course I posted about it. I was like, excuse me while I run around my house like a giddy schoolboy because I'm like, anytime, Scott Adkins or anybody shares it makes you feel good that, you're actually doing it. People are not only reading or watching what you're doing, but they love what you're doing. And it's like, I probably have been paid like $500 in the 10 years I've done this by doing this website. That's not a lot of money. So obviously I do it because I love the genre so much and the people that work in front of and behind the cameras, and just to have them share it and say how prominent I am in action cinema, in terms of talking about it and promoting it and stuff like that. So let's just talk about Diablo for a little bit. Again, just a great movie. Here's some shots from it. There, of course, is Mr. Adkins doing this is one of his best kicks. That guy is just getting a boot to the face. Let me tell you, boom. Like, look at that. He is selling that. So there's another shot of him delivering a kick. That's from the beginning. There's them tussling, him and Marko tussling. And then this is after he cuts Scott. That's why he's making that face. He's like, ouch, type of thing. So yeah, so that is now up on my YouTube channels. All the interviews with them, as well as my review for the movie, is also up on ACTION-FLIX.com. And again, I'm going to do a podcast movie breakdown for it, like I've done. All right, so big thing, like and subscribe. So if you love what I'm doing, if you love the content here at ACTION-FLIX.com, the ACTION-FLIX podcast, make sure you go down, leave a comment, like and subscribe. I got a couple good comments about the interviews I did for Diablo, which was pretty cool. So super excited. So I think I'm at over 1,100 subscribers, which again, it's not a lot when you term like, Scott's got like 1 million, but it's like, that's a lot of people in my book, and it's like, and it means that it is growing every day. So every day I look, there's more and more people subscribing. Scott just subscribed. So yeah, so it's just like, so if you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe. And again, of course, I still have all my things planned. Of course, the weekly intel. Again, Mondays are the day for weekly intel. I'm going to go over some of the best that Action Cinema News or Intel has to offer. And of course, Trailer Tactical, where I show the videos in a really small window so as to not, impede the copyright laws. And it seems to be working. I mean, I've done a few, and I did the Superman one. I did the ballerina one. Nothing happened. So hopefully it works out. Center of the Ring, where I'm going to be doing. It's just a matter of just getting the time, getting some movies. 2 movies enter, 1 movie leaves. That's right. It's a versus where I take 2 movies, put them together, and then I might have people come on, or it might just be me just saying, okay, which one do I think is better? It still works. Anatomy of Action Design. This one I'm trying to put together. Of course, we have Brent Foster, who was kind enough to do the first one. And that's the only one I've done so far where an action star or filmmaker comes on and we dissect action scenes from their career and talk about. He was kind enough to come on and talk about Life After Fighting and we did every action scene from Life After Fighting. Comic Zone, where I talk about comic books, still going to do that. Yep, still in the plans, still planning it. Yo-Jo Zone, that's right, that's coming. I already told you at the beginning I'm going to be doing the Silent Missions episodes or issues. Sorry, not episodes. It's not TV. It's comic books. And then, of course, the movie and TV reviews, which now I'm going to change that. It's going to be called Movie Breakdown. And, of course, exclusive interviews. I just did the whole cast of Diablo along with the director. And then I got Kellen Lutz. You all know my story with Kellen Lutz. He came into my business with his kids, and a great guy. We've talked a bunch of times. He did a shout out to me and everything. So I got a Kellen Lutz interview coming. He just did Desert Dawn, which came out a few weeks ago on digital and video on demand. And then I also have the interview with the director of the latest Sniper film, The Last Stand, which I had some issues with when I was doing it. So again, my apologies to them. I am going to get it out. I mean, the movie came out in January, so it's like, it's what it is. But hey, you know what? If anything, this is helping promote it well into the year, So hey, it still gets the word out there. So hey, there you go. And again, I also meant I'm over 1,000 now. I'm at 1,100. Like 1,150, I think, or something like that. So I'm getting there. And of course, the 10-year anniversary for ACTION-FLIX.com. The website, not the podcast, the website is 10 years old this August. So again, I'm going to be trying to come up with some different things for that and to come up with some exciting things to do in celebration of me doing this for 10 years, because I did not think that I'd be doing it for 10 years at all. So once again, like and subscribe. Again, I should probably do this in the beginning and the middle. I always watch other people's videos. But they have fancy graphics, with the little finger going. I'm like, listen, just like and subscribe. I mean, what more can I say? Go down there. If you like it, and subscribe. There you go. It's like, I don't know what else to say. It's like, I don't need a fancy graphic plus it costs more money. It's like, I'm doing this on a budget, people. All right. And then of course I have my revamped ACTION-FLIX.com website. Again, I love my front page. This is a cool front page. As you can see, it's animated. You got the pictures moving and everything, so you got the ticker on top. You got the middle one, the line of fire, and then you got the trending post, and then you got the reviews. And then if you scroll down, you get my interview section. Of course, all the interviews right now are from Diablo. Yes. So just like I said, they're all on there. So make sure you check those out. They're all a good watch. It's basically me gushing over them. Because like every time, and here's another thing I notice. Every time I do a video, I always say, I'm so happy to talk to you. I say it every time. Because I am. I'm always happy to talk to them. Because they're giving me their time. Because I have been denied by people in the past and stuff like that. So like when, people like just accept my invitation, or when the PR people put it out, it makes you feel good. Like they're giving your time to talk to you. They think you're worth their time to help promote their movies. So of course I will give them props till I'm no longer on this earth. Then I got this section right here, which is kind of like just I got the podcast section, Trailer Tactical. And now here's the thing, Essential Adkins. And I told Scott this. I go, Scott, I know there's a lot of people that back you up. There's a lot of people that help promote you. There's a lot of people that, you know, talk you up and everything. But I have a specific section on my website called Essential Adkins, where if you click on it, it's everything Scott Adkins. Trailers, news, interviews. Excuse me. Of course, I've, 10 times now. So yeah, so he thought that was he couldn't, he was beside himself. He thought it was awesome. It's like and if you go on it, there's many pages of Scott Adkins news by itself. So there you go. And of course, if you keep scrolling down, it's like all the articles, and of course I got a widget on the side and everything. So again, it's just, I like the website. I think I might be keeping this one until I see something better come along. But it's like, I want to get a site that I'm happy with. This one, it's fast. It seems to be working. When I click on it, it's like, boom, things pop up right away and everything looks good. So there you go. All right. So that's Weekly Intel episode 1. That's right. Episode 1. Yes, I know. Don't get confused because, like I said, there have been many episodes of the Weekly Intel in the past, but this is my rebranding, if you will. It's still called the Weekly Intel and change the name. I wasn't going to do that. So, yeah. So, episode 1 of the Weekly Intel, boom, in the books. I'm back. I'm at 48 minutes. So, look at that. I've been talking for 48 minutes. So usually like when these go on longer, people tend to turn off or switch off. So I'm going to try to keep it within a half an hour. But I have so much to talk about because I haven't done it in a while that, what are you going to do? It is what it is. So there you go. There, I got a whole bunch of stuff planned. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some trailer tacticals. We're going to be talking about Bang with Jack Kesey. Why is it just named that? Oh, because bang, boom. People are shooting guns. If you watch the video or the trailer, he looks solid. He looks tactical. He's aiming the gun. He's he's like he put in the work and stuff like that. So, and of course, Peter Weller. It's got Peter flipping Weller in it, RoboCop, and he always brings it. So it's like, why would you make fun of this? Is it an assassin movie? Yes. Have we seen 1,000 assassin movies in the past? Yes. But if it's done well, again, there's CGI stuff. I get it. I totally understand, but it looks good to me. So I'll be talking about that. And of course, we have the reveal of Nicholas Galtzine as He-Man. Looks good to me. And of course, then we got Mr. Corn Sweat punching people's teeth out. All right. So there you go. That's the end of episode 1 of the Weekly Intel for this week. Like I said, I'm going to be trying to do recordings on Mondays as I choke. So make sure you, again, I know it's frustrating. It's like, you never know when I'm going to be doing it. I do it basically when I can. So hopefully I'm going to get a set schedule. So I'll be doing my recordings on Mondays. They're not all going to be live, of course, but some will just be recordings, but there you go. And then that'll work out and everything. So, and J-Man says, be cool, folks. Great stream, man. Thank you, J-Man. Again, it's just me blabbering. But anyways, I love you, man. Stay healthy. Hope you're feeling okay. I know you got your... Listen, I don't have nearly... Like, if you know J-Man, he's been dealing with a lot of stuff. And we wish him all the best. But he's plugging along. He's doing his thing. So... God love him. I'm sure we're going to have differences of opinion on Superman, but hey, that's what makes it fun. You know what? We already know he hates the Fantastic Four. So he says thanks. There you go. Yep. Yeah. So if you go over to J-Man's channel, like he is not mincing words on the Fantastic Four. I watched the trailer and I'm just like, I'm not excited. I'm excited for Doomsday and Secret Wars. I just want to see those movies. You know what I mean? Because like everybody's going to be in them. So these are just leading up to that. It's just like, it's like, okay. I haven't even seen Thunderbolts yet. I'm sorry. I've been working and I haven't had the time. And, so it's going to be hitting streaming pretty soon. So I'll be able to check it out. I haven't seen Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. I did see Ballerina though. I did, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. I saw it with my daughter, Sam. She, like I said, she's starting to watch action movies with me now. We both loved it. Anna de Armas crushed it. Is it the best movie ever made? No, but it's a solid entry. And people are saying it's a cash grab, but I kind of get mad at it. I'm like, no, I mean, I think they're just excited to branch out and do more with it. And like, Keanu Reeves, is John Wick. We get it and everything. Obviously, you can see him behind me there, next to Godzilla. But I think she's got a future doing that character. I was invested in her character. I mean, it's a normal revenge plot movie. Her dad dies at the beginning. Her dad puts up an awesome fight at the beginning of the movie. He kicks some ass at the beginning. But yeah, I mean, so many good set pieces. The ice skate sequence, the flamethrower sequence was balls out, man. There's a shot where it's dark in this hallway and you see the bad guys coming, and then you just see her light up the flamethrower from a distance, and you're just like, oh, and she is bombastically roasting mother effers. Oh my god, it's a great. And then she has a duel with another guy and they're dueling flamethrowers. It's like, this is why you love John Wick. Where else would you? I have never seen dueling flamethrowers before, but here you go. John Wick delivers flavor. So I'm going to be doing a movie breakdown for Ballerina, and you've probably seen it already and you've read everybody else's review, but mine's the only one that matters. Just kidding. But I'm going to be doing one for that too. So many good things to do. Like I said, I just need the time and the energy. Like I said, I hate my job and it sucks the life out of me a lot of times, but it is what it is. I'm trying to do my thing and be a good dad and, spend time with my girls too and stuff like that. So it's like time is of the, time it's they're not wrong. I mean, I'm going to get a little sentimental here, but there's not enough time. And then before you know it, it's over, So it's like you try your best and it's all you can do. Okay. So drop me a line. And I always say this to you guys. If there's something you want to see, if there's something you want me to talk about, there's something you want me to cover, if you see a movie and I haven't seen it yet, I mean, in terms of like a trailer or something, I mean, because like I said, I have my eyes, pretty much fixated everywhere, I mean, I either get it from the PR people or I just go through the internet and stuff like that. But sometimes things get past me. Killing Mary Sue got past me. So if you watch that trailer, it looks like a pretty cool action movie with a lot of good politically incorrect dark humor in it. So drop me a line, be like, hey, check this one out. And then I'll be like, cool. Sometimes on X, some of the guys that follow me will float something, so props to them. Oh, one thing. Hang on. One thing. Okay. Hang on. So I had an issue with Well Go USA because I moved, and for whatever reason, they had my wrong address, so I was not getting the Blu-rays for reviews and stuff like that. But they sent me some extra copies of these guys. That's right. I got Tony Jaa and Donnie Yen. Who wants them? I got extra copies. I'm going to be doing a contest. Woo, woo, woo. We got Striking Rescue with Tony Jaa. The review is coming. And The Prosecutor with Donnie Yen. The review is already on the site. And then I also got, hang on, I got this today. I just checked my mail today. I got 11 Rebels. As you can see, it's spelled backwards on the screen, but that's fine. This looks solid. This is a samurai flick, one of those, Ronin type flicks, where some stand against many. I love those kind of films. They're all going to die in the end, but it's going to be spectacular when they see it. So I'm going to be doing a review for that one. I might do a movie breakdown for it. Never know. I never know, like, because sometimes like when you do the podcast movie reviews, they don't share it as much. Like when it's written, like people will tend to like share snippets of it and stuff like that. So it's kind of a catch-22, but I like doing the movie breakdowns. So again, I have extra copies of The Protector and Striking Rescue. Who wants them? I'm going to be doing a contest. And here's the thing. It's going to be a dual combo pack. Whoever wins gets them both. And they're Blu-rays. They're not DVDs. They're Blu-rays. It's not the 4K of The Prosecutor. I guess they released The Prosecutor on 4K, which Welco USA doesn't really do. They don't really release their movies on 4K, so that was kind of monumental. But it is the Blu-ray, and I've watched the Blu-ray, and it's a great, looks great. And you get the English language track, so for some of you that don't want to read it, I mean, I read it as much as I can. Sometimes you're just not in the mood to read a movie. But yeah, Great movie. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. I mean, such a good movie. And I have not seen this one yet. This one's been out for a while. My apologies, but I just got it. So yeah, and then I just got 11 Rebels. There you go. So be on the lookout for that. So thank you guys for all your support. Again, I cannot express how heartfelt I feel, like, like everybody, sends positive vibes my way. And again, the negativity and the toxicity, it goes with the territory, but I just delete it. So don't bother. Like I said, I tell people don't bother. So like today with the guy came out with the comment about He-Man, and I'm like, you know what? I get it. It's your opinion, but it's like, listen, do you think Nicholas Galtzine cares about what you say? No. Because one, he's He-Man, and two, he got paid well to be He-Man, I'm pretty sure. So I'm saying his life is pretty damn good right now. So I don't think he, whatever. But again, I mean, the movie could suck. And if I don't like it, I'll tell you. But if I do, listen, here's the thing. And again, I get, let me just say this, because I get told I get movie passes. Listen, if I like a movie, I like a movie. And I love movies so much where when I watch movies, I'll find things in it that I like, And I was joking around with Scott because during our interview, if you watch the interview, I tell him because he's like, not all of them were great, John. I'm like, I know, I got it, I get it. I go, but you're the actor or the action star that even if when you're in the movie, you elevate it. And I'm not lying. I'm not kissing his butt. I'm not, listen, I know he's been great to me and everything, but I'm such a super fan. If I don't like the movie, there's a certain movie where he's on a space station. It's not very good. Not very good at all. I'm not going to say the name. You got to find it. He's on a space station. He does Scott Adkins things kind of throughout, but then the whole ending sucks and he totally screw up his character. And it's just not a great movie, but he's in it and he's great in it. But the rest of the movie is just like, so, and then I joked around about Stag Night. Because if you guys are Scott Adkins fans, you know about Stag Night, where he was just the guy on a bachelor party that gets wasted by a bunch of a cult of underground dwellers. And he was like, we were joking about, I was like, I was mad that you didn't break out your karate on him. He's like, I get it. He's like, it's frustrating. It's like, but that wasn't the role. I'm like, I know. I just want to see you kick ass. So yeah. So I tell it like it is. I do. But a lot of times I love movies, or I like them enough to give them a pass. I like Havoc. We had a big debate about Havoc, and a lot of the guys didn't like it. Charlie said it was cooked at the wrong temperature. I can kind of see where he's coming from. And again, I respect his opinion and everything. But even with the issues, I still thought it was a solid movie. It had great production value. The action was solid. Was it depressing? God, yes. There was no redeeming value in this movie whatsoever. But it's like, it still delivered a good. The shaky cam I was okay with. There was a lot of movement and stuff like that. But it wasn't to the point where it was like, it wasn't like the last Bourne movie. The last Bourne movie was horrible. Like there was that scene in the tunnel. I still don't know what happens during that fight scene. I'm just like, he won because he's standing at the end. But other than that, I have no. There you go. There's another movie I don't give a pass to. Is the last Bourne movie, and I liked the Bourne movies before, but that one, I mean, it's not okay. It's not a bad movie in the sense like there's bad acting and stuff like that. It's just the action is horrible, and they had no idea what they were doing, and I do not know why. So there you go. All right. So I'm at an hour now, so I'm going to shut up. I'm going to do a trailer tactical later on for you guys. We're going to talk about Bang with Jack Kesey. We all know him from, he was the last Hellboy, the Crooked Man. He took over for Ron Perlman, which I did see. I just didn't do a review for. I liked it. It was definitely lower key than Ron Perlman's bombastic Guillermo del Toro's movies. A lot more horror vibe in it, which was kind of cool. I mean, it wasn't like the most exciting movie, but it was more atmospheric. So I thought he was pretty good in that. So now he's doing the action thing. So good luck to him. This one looks good. It's got Peter Weller in it. It looks like he kills a lot of people with rocket launchers and machine guns and his fists and feet. So let's do it up. So that's coming later on with Trailer Tactical. So until then, remember, we are your ultimate destination for your action fix. Like and subscribe. Let me go back to my my thing. There you go. Boom. There it is. Again, we got the weekly intel that I'm doing right now. Trailer Tactical is going to come at you. Center of the Ring, I promise, is coming. Anatomy of Action Design. Comic Zone, where I just tell. I'm trying to do a thing where every Wednesday is new comic book day, but I haven't even picked up my comic books from my comic book shop. I have like $100 in comic books waiting for me. I've got to figure out how to pay for it. They're probably mad at me. I'm like, sorry. I haven't been there. A Yojo Zone, I am going to be doing I might do the first episode of the inaugural episode of Yojo Zone live, just to, and again, they're not all going to be live, but like when I do the inaugural episodes, I'm going to do them live, and just talk about all things G.I. Joe. Again, I'm going to do the Silent Missions I keep saying episodes. Silent Missions issues. Thank you. Issues. They're comic books, not episodes on TV. But anyway, I'm going to be doing the Silent Missions issues for Yojo Zone #1. I do want to talk about the new G.I. Joe comic that Image is putting out. It's not G.I. Joe Real American Hero that they're also putting out, where they're continuing with Larry Hama. This is totally different. It's interesting. It's kind of like I think it's like the early days of G.I. Joe, but in the Transformers Energon universe world. So it's all connected, which is kind of cool. Snake Eyes isn't in it. But I still like it. See, Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow are nowhere to be found, and we don't even know if they're going to show up at all. But I'm still getting over the death of. Listen, it's been out for a while. Rock and Roll. They killed Rock and Roll in the first issue. What the frick? That last panel, I was just like, he's not dead. I'm like, yeah, he's dead. He got vaporized. Oh, like, how could you do that to Rock and Roll? Rock and Roll. It's like, I don't know. Anyway, and of course, movie breakdown. I'm going to be doing, I'm going to change that right now. Actually, after it's the movie breakdown, movie and TV reviews. And of course I have my exclusive interviews that I got up now for the Diablo. And of course this August, we are celebrating 10 years of Action-FLIX with my websites. All right. Until next time, everybody, make sure you be kind to one another. Like I said, the world sucks. It's going to hell in a handbasket. I'm worried for my daughter's future. All we could do is just talk action cinema and just ignore it, and maybe it'll go away. All right. Until then, have a great day, everybody. I'll see you for Trailer Tactical, where we talk about bang. All right. Have a good one, everybody.